Boom, chaka, chaka, boom, 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 chaka. Wiki, wiki, wiki. Oh, wait a minute. We're live, Seth. Can you do your beatbox for me?
I can't do it, Shawn.
How's it going, everybody? This is Shawn Hart with Quick, Fast, Hurry, and my partner in crime, Mr. Seth Stevens, aka Sasquatch, because he's big and hairy and sometimes ugly. So before we get too carried away or have too much fun, someone let me know if the audio is working right. In the question box, just type whether you can hear us or not. And if you're ready to have some fun, say hell yeah. Might have to beatbox again. I don't see anybody typing. There we go. All right. Thank you, Paul, Nathan, Ed. All right. So let's get started, Seth. We have some really cool stuff to share with everyone tonight. As you know, Seth and I are of Quick, Fast, Hurry, and thank you to Mr. Phil Jepson of Managed by Stats, one of our super secret, used to be secret, best kept secret tools that we love to use for our Amazon business. So got to know Phil and some of his team pretty well over the past couple of years. And this is what, the third time, Seth, that Phil's invited us to speak to his audience. And we have some awesome stuff to share tonight.
Super excited for presenting to the Managed by Stats community. We've been using that software. I know you guys love it too. So pretty excited for what we have tonight. We're going to talk about a lot of stuff and hopefully provide a ton of value to your Amazon business.
I hope so. So let's talk about a couple of things we'll be covering tonight. So number one, we're going to talk about how our business was launched, because Seth and I are in the Amazon business. We don't just speak from theory, we speak from personal observation and experience in our business, and how we've developed and launched and scaled our business over time, which is sort of an interesting story. We'll keep it quick though. And then unique and low risk way to launch and rank your products that you're going to love. We call it our wide versus deep theory. More on that a little later. We're going to go over some cool Amazon product selection secrets that you're going to hopefully be entertained by. And we're going to show you how to build a massive email list using the buyers that you already have. And no, it's not about using Managed by Stats. However, Phil's software can definitely help you leverage the email list that you have to make it more valuable over time, right? And we're going to show you how to use some strategies that we've been successful with getting your products ranked for certain keywords on the Amazon platform, and how you can tap into one of our strategies and use full price purchases to rank your products a heck of a lot faster. But first of all, Seth, tell them a little bit about us and where we're from.
Yeah, Shawn, that's a good point. So I'm Seth Stevens. Shawn already had introduced himself, Shawn Hart. We got together, I think, late 2013 into 2014 to start our Amazon venture together. And we kind of quickly scaled that into what we are today. And, you know, we're going to get into a little bit more specifics later. But what Shawn's showing you here is the culmination of all of that into this book that kind of what would you say, Shawn, documents our journey as well as the journey that we've taken with Quick, Fast, Hurry, spreading what we've learned over the past few years.
Exactly. So every single one of you tonight, if you stay on the call for the entire hour, and we're going to fast forward to make this as quick as possible, we're going to give you a free copy of our book, Selling on the River, which obviously is talking about selling on Amazon, hence the river. And it's how to quickly and profitably launch and scale an Amazon business from anywhere in the world. So it doesn't matter where you're from, who you are, or what you know. This book is a lot. It's just jam-packed full, almost 700 pages of amazing, actionable content specifically for Amazon sellers. And it's not a sales pitch. It's legitimate. It's legitimate Amazon seller content that Seth and I compiled over the last couple of years. This is volume one. You're going to get a copy for free. It sells on Amazon for $197. So stick around. You're going to get it free of charge just for hanging out with us. So Seth, let's go through a little historical stuff here, and then we'll jump into some training.
Yeah, so like I said, guys, get into a little bit of our background here. So in 2014, Shawn and I got together to create our business, Sells on Amazon. And in 2014, we created over 200 unique ASINs on Amazon. So if you guys have been in Amazon for any length of time, you know that's a lot. In that same year, we did over $600,000 in December. So I'm going to show you the progression there. In 2015, we launched nearly a product per day, definitely a product per working day. And that was an amazing year. And we hit our first $1 million month in 2015. By the time 2016 rolled around, we were sending Shawn over to China every 90 to 180 days. And that kind of spawned Quick, Fast, Hurry. We started sharing what we were learning, not only in China, but also on the Amazon side, and how to grow your business. Here is a snapshot of our 2014, like I told you, and you can just kind of see that if you get out there and take some action and launch a bunch of different products, you can have some pretty rapid success. And you can see the total listings there scaled all the way up to well over 200, and we hit our first $600,000 month in December. We don't and still don't, or we have never and we still don't follow a typical Amazon model, as you could have guessed. We've launched thousands of products, at least tested them, and we've created more than 100 different brands on Amazon. And now our business model revolves around that process of testing products fast so we can identify winners and add them to our portfolio of brands.
Well said, Seth. So right now, folks, we want to jump in and talk a little bit about our launch quick, fail fast, also known as the wide versus deep product launch and selection. Okay, per product selection and launch. Got the cart in front of the horse there. So basically, I'm going to jump into this with the overall big picture, and then we're going to get into some details, and then we'll move on to the next session. So traditional Amazon sellers, and you know who you are, and you sat next to these guys that are super analytical, engineer-minded people, not super competitive, like my type of personality. And they do what I call cruising and choosing. That is just looking around forever, it seems like, for that one hero product they want to launch and go to the moon from day one. And, you know, typically this doesn't happen first product out, right? So normally what it's going to look like is, as a new Amazon seller, let's say, for example, just for sake of this example, you have a budget of $5,000 that you want to use to launch and test your new products, to find your hero. Well, if you spend $1,000 per product, and let's say you're super fast and you can get that thing launched and up in 1 month. This is everything it takes to get it listed on Amazon. So you fire these $1,000 darts at this bullseye that we're looking at here, and each one of these $1,000 shots represents one product that you test out. Now, I'm sure some of you can relate to this, right? So you go out there and you put all this effort into this product, boom, you launch it and it misses, right? So what do? You step back and you fire another $1,000 dart, boom, you miss again. But you're getting a little closer, right? At least you're hitting the target. You just haven't hit the bullseye yet. So again and again, we launch and we launch again and we miss, and we launch again and we miss. Sometimes I forget how many builds are in these slides, so I'm clicking away here. And then we launch, and you know, finally, sometime we might, if we're lucky, land that target, that bullseye, that winning product. But what are we out? We spent 5 months and $5,000 testing this out before we might have found a winner. Now, some of you can relate to this. Some of you might be like other folks who just get lucky the first time out, or you spend 2.5 years finding your first product to launch and it turns out to be a winner. All right, let me show you a better way and why this is a very bad idea. First of all, it takes way too much time. If you can launch a product and get it up and running in 1 month's time, it takes you 5 months to get this figured out. And it costs way too much money per product launch. Now, maybe your budget's a little different. Maybe you're $5,000 per product, $10,000 per product. We're all a little bit different, right? We all have different comfort zones when it comes to our budget and what we're willing to risk when it comes to launching new products. But if you want to learn a way to do this at really, really low risk, like super small quantities in the wide versus deep theory, that's what I'm going to show you here. And this process has a very, very, very long learning curve. So having launched over 1,000 products at this point, Seth, you and I have a lot of stored knowledge and wisdom and experience when it comes to identifying winners, right? Everything gets easier with repetition, and it will for you too. So I'm going to show you how to shorten that learning curve and get this thing done quickly. Now, another byproduct of this bad idea is that you waste a lot of energy launching these products when in fact you don't really have to. It's really easy to get discouraged. Now, all of us have been to an event at some point in time where we meet someone that says, oh yeah, Amazon, I tried that, it's no good. Well, if you really dig in and you find out exactly what it is that they may have tried, maybe they spent $500 on some retail arbitrage junk that they bought at Walmart clearance aisle, and they tried to sell it online. It didn't work, so they walk away, right? So I'm going to show you a specific strategy that you can use. I don't care if you're a power seller doing $1 million a month or more right now, or if you're just getting started with your first product. What I'm about to show you will change the way you approach your product selection, your launch, and ranking strategy. All right. I don't want you to get discouraged and burned out. So let's talk about the difference here in the wide versus deep strategy of Amazon product selection and launch. So let's assume for a moment you have an entire budget of $1,000 that you can use for testing your strategies, or you can risk in your Amazon business. That's $200 per product, and it still takes you 1 month to launch a product. Let's take a look at what this looks like. If I can get the animation right here, boom, we launch $200. We launch another product. We shoot for the moon here. Finally, on product number 3, we might make it, and we waste another $400 testing stuff that didn't work. Now, take a look at this. What are we out? We're out the exact same amount of time if you want to spend 1 month per product, or if you use our strategy, I'm going to show you details of how to do. You can do all 5 of these products for $1,000 at $200 a piece, and only spend 1 month before you find that winner. Now, you're not going to make a ton of profit on that winner, but we'll get into more of that lately. The biggest thing that you're going to earn here is time and experience. Okay, so which product should you push after you try this whole system? Obviously, the one that hits closest to the bullseye, right? Or the one that hits faster, closest to the bullseye, or the one that proves to be viable with very minimal effort, and more on that later, or the product that outperforms all the others with a very simple, quick and easy test. And Seth's going to show you how to do that. The answer here is obvious, right? You're going to take the product that won. So which products do we cut out? All of the others, okay? Focus on that one winning product and maximize the benefit and profit from that one product before you start spreading yourself too thin. And keep in mind that when you cut these other possible winners, it may just be temporary, all right? You still have the data, you still have the knowledge. You're not going to lose that, right? But when the time comes to launch your second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, or 15th product, you're already going to have a lot of knowledge and a lot of experience in that matter. Focus only on the really easy wins, and I'm going to show you how to identify those in a minute. Obviously, eliminate the losers. How fast? As fast as you possibly can, because they're taking up resources and time, money, effort, energy, right? Use your resources to relaunch and scale your winner or winners. Then simply rinse and repeat to the tune of one product every single business day. Now, granted, Seth and I at that point in time had about a dozen employees and huge warehouses full of inventory and 9 staff members on the ground in China. All right. I know it all sounds like rainbows and leprechauns, but you're smart enough to know that it's not. It takes a lot of time, a lot of energy, and a heck of a lot of money. But we're going to show you how to do it quick and easy. All right. Remember, it's not about making a profit. I know you're going to tap your computer and you're going to go, what did he just say? Did you hear that? I heard that. You're not focused on getting a return on your investment when it comes to the wide versus deep theory. And what do I mean by that? This is about proving viability and saving time and gathering data. Okay? You're going to find that diamond in the rough. How many times, Seth, do you remember in our launch sequence of 2015, we put 350 or more products out there in that one single year's time? The winners that automatically come to the top were not the ones that you were expecting to win, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, some of these crazy products that all the numbers look right, the market looks good, you launch it for a couple $100, boom, it takes off and starts selling. It's going to get your attention. You're going to say, wow, I didn't see that coming. All right. Raising your odds of hitting that hero product. That's what this is about, folks. This is about shooting with a shotgun approach instead of using a rifle. Okay. This is simple, split testing. Now, we've all heard of split testing when it comes to email campaigns, advertising, keywords, marketing strategies. Split testing means splitting two or more offers or products or whatever it is in a scientifically controlled environment so that you can easily spot the best of the two or three or four. Make sense? So think about this as simply split testing products, okay? In the product selection space, that's exactly what we're doing. A, B, C, D, E splits, okay? Simple enough, right? Walk us through this process, will you, Seth?
Yeah, sure, Shawn. So hopefully what Shawn's saying makes sense to you. And if it doesn't, feel free, use the question box, shoot us some questions. We'll try to get to them. Exactly. So we're looking for small quantities for our tests, so it lowers our risk and gives us a bigger end return. So if you take your time, like Shawn said, and buy large quantities and really try to get everything perfect, you're probably going to be able to test a handful of products per year, and that's where everybody messes up. So a better model is to test a lot of products with generic packaging very quickly. And this allows you to identify where the easy money is, because we're looking for marketing layups. We're not looking for three-pointers. We're trying to find where it's easy. And so once you've proven that you can generate sales easily with a particular product, that's when you refine everything and make the product better, worry about the packaging and everything else. First of all, we have to prove that we can make sales. So everything is about testing in this business. Because like Shawn said, how many times did we launch a product and not know or we couldn't predict which one was going to be the winner? Because some markets on Amazon are very, very competitive and very hard to rank in, and other markets just appear to be that way, and that's what Shawn was alluding to. So the only way to know for sure is to list your product on Amazon and see if it sells for you. You can use software to help you guess if it's going to sell, but until you actually get your nose bloody, make a listing on Amazon and see if it will sell for you, you're not going to know. So this just allows us to separate winning products and winning markets from the losing ones, so you can ditch the losers and ride the winners. So all we're going to do is create listings to get real data. So imagine this: if you sell 50 units of your test product in a week's time with minimal marketing effort, are you going to be more comfortable pouring more money back into that product for a real launch? Well, of course you would be. You've already sold 50. You've proven that people are buying it from you, right? That feels much better. So the other 10 products that you sell, that you tried to sell and you tested, forget about them. Just focus on the one that is the best. And what Shawn showed you there was really, really important. He showed you we're launching 5 products at a time. So literally, you're going to see, it's going to become very clear to you where the winner is. If you're doing one and then 2 months later doing another and then 2 months later doing another, much, much more difficult. You're approaching the market much different. But if you go 5 at once, boom, where's the winner? Easy.
Exactly. And before you get carried away, you may be asking yourself, so what do I do? How do I get the product quickly? How do I get the packaging finished? What we're talking about is getting in a hurry just to gather data. And remember what I said, it's not about making a profit. It's about proving the product is valid or, viable. So what we like to do is we order very, very small quantities, and you'll be surprised when you actually get into negotiations with some overseas suppliers. You can order, we're talking like 15, 20, 25, maybe only 50 units of a product. And in this scenario, 20 or 25 is realistic. And
Yeah.
yes, we know that we pay too much. It may be $2 per widget when you buy the minimum order quantity of 10,000, right? But they're going to charge us an extra 50 cents if we only want 50. Well, who cares? That cost me $25 extra versus $20,000 to test it out. Does that make sense? Hopefully it does. It's not about getting the logo and the packaging and everything perfect. It's about getting the listing up, doing a very minimal amount of work in your launch, see if the product gets a little traction, and if it does, focus your energy there. No, you're not going to continue. You don't have to continue selling on the same generic listing with the same generic packaging, non-branded. That's not what we're talking about. If the product takes off and starts showing some legs and starts getting a little traction, simply back up, create a whole new listing. Nobody's going to be mad at you if your listing exists in the Amazon catalog. No one cares. No one's even going to know about it in most cases. So you're going to create a brand new listing and do all of the strategies that you've been learning all along with the product that you already know is viable. That's the magic in the entire process of the wide versus deep. You mitigate your risk as much as you possibly can. All the while, you gather all this data. We're data hungry people. And to answer your question, Mike says, of the 1,000 products or so that you launched, how many do you still sell? Well, first of all, before I answer that question, our entire business model is to build products on leveraging the Amazon platform, get those to a mature level, and then sell those out as small micro businesses or even group a couple of brands together. But as far as winners versus losers, I would say over half, maybe 60% of those products made decent profit for the effort that we put into it. And Seth was of the mind at the time managing that business, said, hey, look, we already did the work. We already have a staff. We have the supplier. Everything's arranged. This product's chugging along. Yeah, it's only making $1,800 a month, but we have to do the work anyway. Let's just hang on to it, right? And of course, we had our huge runaway winners that were doing a couple 100,000 a month. So to answer your question, 60%, I would say, being conservative, were what I would call a successful product that we held on to. And the rest of them, what happened? We just let the inventory trickle out until it's done. If it doesn't sell, we request it back and donate it to charity and take the write-off. It's a pretty simple process. So hopefully that answers your question. Nathan says, so do you try to stay in a certain category, create a private label, or random product? So Nathan, it's really difficult to do hundreds of products and stay in the same category. So we typically sold and sell in every single category, except for maybe books and software and jewelry, some of the gated categories. We sold in about everything and had dozens and dozens of brands. Since then, we've sold off a lot of those brands and moved on, but we're still actively in the game and we still actively use this exact same process because you know why? It just makes sense, right, Seth?
Right. So, and that's a good point, Shawn. We've kind of changed our methodology, and that's what we're sharing with you, like our best version of what we came up with over time. So, like in 2014, our test orders were 1,000 units. And then we figured out, hey, if you tell the supplier that we only need 20 units to test the quality, now we can save tons and tons of money, and we can test way more products much faster. And so we can weed out winners much faster and then boil it down to a smaller number of products that make a much greater percentage of profit. So yeah, Nathan, so what ends up happening is we test almost every category. And then once we identify a winning niche or a winning product in that category, we'll build our private label brand around that winning product. So hopefully that makes sense. So we're in the business of building brands. We're just not loyal to a category or a niche. And then the idea is to build the brand to then sell it off. So hopefully everything's clear so far.
Exactly. And just remember, Nathan and the others on the call here tonight, look, you don't have to double your $200 investment. That $200, if you lose the entire $200 by selling the product at a loss and you gain 5, 4, 3, 5, 6 months of your time figuring out that product is a dud, then you're money ahead. Trust me. Okay. Right off the $200, move on to the next product. And that may mean $2,000 to you. It may be $50 to you. Whatever your budget is, you can work within that budget. And there's a lot of easy ways to do that. Actually, this call, when we finish tonight, it's going to be an invitation to a live event that we're hosting and that the Managed by Stats is helping us with. And in that live event, we're going to go into a lot more details about the strategies that we're talking about tonight. Okay. So if this rings a bell for you and it resonates for your business, then don't be afraid to join us at our live event in Tampa. We have a very, very special offer that's going to cost you pretty much nothing to join us, thanks to Managed by Stats and the special offer we're making for their audience tonight. So let's move ahead, Seth, talk more about the quick, fast, hurry approach. Okay.
Yeah, so this will touch just on what we're talking about here. So how do you actually do this? Well, if you want to grow your business fast, all you need to do is copy what's already working for somebody else. So our mindset is, like we already talked about, we aren't loyal to one niche, one category. We've sold in almost every single niche. We will create brands to enter those new markets. We will look for opportunity first, And that's where everybody gets it backwards. They want to pick a product and make it an opportunity. No, you need to find an opportunity and plug a product into it. And that's what our wide versus deep theory does for you. So selling on Amazon, once you figure that part out, is identical. So it doesn't really matter where the opportunity is. You're an expert with Amazon marketing, and you can exploit your expertise. So what are you looking for? So give you a little metrics. This isn't every product we've ever launched, but this is an idea for those of you who are looking for products to sell. An ideal product for us would sell for more than $50. It would be simple in design, so we get fewer returns. It would have at least a 4 times markup. That means that if I buy it in China for $1, I can sell it for at least 4. Or if I buy it for 10, I can sell it for 40, right? And the most important one is the last bullet here. It says can be easily sold on Amazon. That's most important. It has to be easily sold on Amazon. You don't want a marketing 3-pointer. You want a layup. Okay. We will test anything that meet at least these 2 metrics. It has to have at least a 4 times markup and can easily be sold on Amazon. So if you find those 2 things, test it. Okay. How do you find products? Well, you can pick a random niche, or better yet, you can look into a niche that you're already selling in. If you already have a business, you already know about your market pretty well. So imagine that you sell pizza cutters. What are your pizza cutter buyers already buying? What else are they buying? So let's just look at a random pizza cutter listing. For instance, the OXO brand sells a pizza cutter that has a variation of a pizza server. One idea, boom, doesn't meet our $50 criteria, but hey, maybe it meets our other criteria for testing. Let's scroll down the page a little bit. Look at this, frequently bought together. There is a pizza pan, and then I'm not even sure what that thing is, Shawn. Let's see. It is a pizza stone. That says a pizza stone. Okay, if you scroll down a little bit more down the page, you see sponsored products related to, this is how you develop a brand, by the way. You found your pizza cutter opportunity, and you're going to build it out, and you're just going to look for more opportunities around the pizza cutter. So you scroll down the page, you see sponsored products, you see all these different kinds of pizza slicers that are different than what you sell. Maybe you can have a pizza slicer, plethora of slicers, right? So then you scroll down, see what else people bought with this. They bought ice cream scoops, and they bought different pizza pans and non-stick pans. So you can see, but just one listing, you can get dozens and dozens of ideas.
You know that this reminds me of, this is a perfect example, Seth, of entering that conversation that's already going on inside your customer's head.
Yeah, Shawn, that's so true. Shawn, we're getting a couple questions here. So Charles says, how do you launch and rank with only 50 or 100 units? So,
good question.
Charles, that's the whole key here. What you're looking for is an opportunity that has yet to be massively exploited by savvy Amazon marketers. That way you can jump in and corner the market. So that's why we're testing so much, because we're trying to find where it's easy. So for instance, if I buy 20 units of a product, all I'm going to do is build a listing. I'm going to turn on some automatic PPC campaign. And that's not because I like PPC at all. That's because I have to show up on page 1 to be able to be seen, because I have a brand new listing with no reviews, right? So I just want to get my listing seen. So with a little PPC, I can do that. And now I have a a listing sitting out there with no reviews. And imagine this, and this happens to us all the time, a product with no reviews that we just threw together starts getting sales. Now we haven't honed the listing, we haven't split tested the images, we haven't crafted it, spent a lot of marketing dollars on this listing at all. We haven't gotten any reviews, and we start getting sales. Well, what that tells me is people in this category are hungry for what I'm selling, and everyone else isn't pushing me out. So I can get my spot really easily. Shawn, what do you think?
Yeah, I think, one of the things you have to keep in mind here is that we don't necessarily build out that very first listing that we launched just for testing. It's just a test. And what you'll see in some cases, we've had very expensive products that we actually launched as a merchant fulfilled listing, not even FBA, a product that sells for $150, $200, $300. And the product starts selling 1 or 2 units a day with FBM, fulfilled by merchant, no sponsored ads, no keyword stuffing, nothing like that. That, my friends, is a very easy and early indicator that that product is going to be easy for you to rank and get some profit out of. That's just one example.
It's a good point, Shawn. So then what you said is exactly right. So once you find that you're making sales easily without doing a launch, now when you go back and buy 1,000 units to do a proper launch and you take your listing more seriously and you actually dig in and do better keyword research, how easy are you going to quickly rise to one of the top sellers in that market? And that's the idea. We're looking for the opportunity and we're going to take advantage of it full force once we find it.
Exactly. So let's tell two different stories here. All right. Imagine you're standing in front of a supplier at a trade show. Your widget costs $10 each, and the minimum order quantity is 1,000 pieces. You don't know if the product is going to sell any more than me or the next guy just looking at it, right? You have to do a little market research. Or the guy says, look, if you want a sample order of, we'll say, 50 pieces, then I'm going to have to charge you a little more. I don't care if it costs you double. If you pay double, that's $20 for 50 pieces, you're still testing the product for $1,000, which is only 10% of what it was going to cost you to test it before, right? You're not trying to make money on the 20 bucks. You just want to see if there are buyers existing, already searching for, already looking and want to buy the product at a profit of $10 cost, not $20. If you go sell them all the first day for $29.99, guess what? Congratulations, you lost money, but what did you gain? You gained valuable knowledge in one single day. Now, how much confidence, let me ask you, how much confidence are you going to have the next time you're face to face with that supplier and he's saying, hey, look, you know what, Michael, you have to buy 1,000 pieces if you want to do business with me. Well, you just sold whatever 50 pieces in one day. You're going to have a lot more confidence when you enter that negotiation. Put that in your pipe and smoke it for a minute. Seth?
Linda has another question here. She says, are we selling the products during the test at full price or a low price? Linda, we want you to test at a profitable price. Now, when you have all these disadvantages stacked against you during the test, which is what we're after anyways, like no reviews, we haven't done a launch, we haven't done anything to it, we would price more aggressively. So for instance, if the market range is $19.99 to $29.99, we might come in at $19.99, but it wouldn't tell us anything if we went out there and listed at $10, which was an unprofitable selling price for us, and we got some sales because now we've proven to ourselves that we can sell it at an unprofitable price. That wouldn't give you any real data. So make sure that you just keep that in mind. But yes, be aggressive at the beginning, but no, when we go back and do a full force launch, we're going to try to attack the top tier of the market, go out the higher end of the market.
Exactly. Here's a question. Do you have to open a new Seller Central account for each new brand you create? The answer is no. Seth?
Yep. So you do not. What our business looks like is we have a main account that we do testing in. So we'll send all of our test units to one account. And then once we've found winning products, if they don't fit into a brand that we already have, we would spin that off into a separate seller account for a future sale of that business. But during the testing phase, all you're trying to do is prove that you can make sales and prove that the brand, and if you only have one brand at the beginning, you don't need multiple accounts anyways.
Yep. So here's a question. Are you keeping your micro business for at least 12 months before selling, or are you just clearing them out if they don't sell minimum volume? So a little bit of both, Michael. We have some of the brands that we still own and manage today on Amazon. We've had for 4 years, 3 years or more, because they still make money and they're still growing. We won't sell it until it reaches what we feel is a mature enough state to where we can't easily see double-digit growth. And at that point, that's when we like to unload those. So hopefully that answers your question. Seth, you want to take this next slide before you lose your train of thought?
Yep. Okay. So like I said, on that one listing alone, we're looking for new product ideas. If you already sell pizza cutters, just look at competitors' listings and you'll find maybe even dozens of ideas. And so you can do this in the same market or same exercise in any market on Amazon. Here's another cool trick. So imagine that you're still looking for product ideas. You just click on the OXO brand page there at the top. Boom. How many product ideas can we find just in OXO's brand line? And you can literally find, dozens and dozens of products from this single listing by just clicking around. And like using this strategy, we can test every single one of the products in their catalog very, very inexpensively. We've already told you the strategy of getting them to sell you small quantities. You're just going to tell them you're going to buy it for testing the quality, and you just need to make sure that you tell the supplier to put it in plain packaging. A lot of suppliers will want to send you what they already have sitting on their shelves, and that could be somebody else's branded packaging, which then puts you in a little bit of trouble at Amazon. So just make sure you tell them to either put it in a plain poly bag or a plain white package. That way you're covered there.
Yeah, this is not about impressing anyone with beautiful packaging and logos and beautiful listings. This is just about saving time, leveraging the money that you have to work with, and trying to spread that risk.
Exactly. So, Shawn, you already said, don't worry, it's not about the finished product. We are figuring out that we can sell this product, and don't get us wrong, though, we care about customer experience, but we're not going to try to sell you a great product that you don't want. We're going to figure out that you want it and then build a great product.
Exactly. It's kind of like, Seth, when you're watching a hockey game, unless your son is playing out there on the ice, where do your eyes go? You follow the puck, right? Because that's where the action is. So we're always looking for the action. And when we find that action, that's where we focus our energy and our efforts on. So you can obviously use software like Jungle Scout so you can get an idea of how big or how popular a particular market can be. But from our experience, their estimates are usually pretty low. So just keep that in mind when you're looking through that. Here's a screenshot where we did a search for, what was this? Pizza peeler. What's a pizza peel?
So pizza peel looks like
one of those things you take the pizza out of the oven with, right?
Exactly. Peel it out of the oven.
Is the market big enough?
Let's see here. So imagine, guys, you don't have to have a hero product to have a great business. If you identified 20 products that just made you $5,000 a month, you'd have a pretty good business, right? So think about that. You're not trying to make your this hero product go to the moon. You just need to get a system in place for finding a bunch of base hits.
Now, let me tell you what, folks. If you focus on finding what Seth's calling the base hits or those layups that only make $5,000 per month, that's 100 times easier than finding that one hero product that makes $500,000 a month. And guess what? Nobody's trying to unseat you if you're chugging along in position number 5 on page 1, consistently putting $5,000 fun coupons in your pocket every single month. And if you get 20 of those, what are we talking about there, Seth? $100,000 a month in pure profit. And guess what? You don't have all your eggs in one basket with one single listing. You have 20 listings and probably 2 or 3 different brands, Seth.
Yeah, Shawn, and another good point about that is if you have those lower competition-based hits like we're talking about, you spend less money on ads, you spend less money on ranking, you spend less money fighting competitors. Overall, that business is much more profitable.
Let's break down the process real quick, and then we'll move on to the next segment. So step 1, pick at least 5 products that you think could be good on Amazon. They don't have to be home runs, just 5 products. Step 2, you're going to contact suppliers and let them know you need small minimum order quantity. And there's a couple of easy ways to do that. What I like to do, I call it the company policy hack. So when you talk to one of these suppliers and you're talking big numbers, you're getting quotes for 5,000 units or more, then you come back and you say, listen, I have to answer to my manager. First of all, don't ever tell them you're the boss, because when you tell them you own the business, they know you make the final decision. All your negotiating power goes out the door. You always have someone to answer to, unless you're just have an ego problem, but always blame it on the boss. Listen, I like the quote you gave me, Mr. Wong, on 5,000 widgets at $10 a piece. We think it's great, but this is where the magic comes in. Our company policy is to place a small test order first of 25 units. We understand that we have to pay a little more for the inconvenience, but our company policy is and always has been to do a test order just to check the quality of 25 units first. Is that fair? Can you do that? And they may come back and say, well, We can, but instead of $10, it's going to cost you 11. Hallelujah. You just made yourself money by saving time and risk, right? Step 3, you're going to build out a very quick Amazon listing. You don't have to go through all the processes, cross all the T's, dot all the I's. Just throw it up, even using stock photos. Yes, I said stock photos from the manufacturer, just to get the listing up and see what. If somebody's willing to part with their money for your product, that's all you're trying to prove there, right? Number 4, you're going to turn on Amazon sponsored ads, all right? Manual and auto, just to get the product to show up on page 1, right? You have to orchestrate that positioning so you can find out if people are willing to vote yes with their credit cards, right? If they say yes and they're willing to spend money on your product, you probably have a winner. Step number 5, within the first 2 weeks, right? If you start seeing consistent and profitable sales, then guess what, my friend? Congratulations, you have a winner. Step 6, kick out the losers that didn't create sales. Don't worry about the couple $100 you have in inventory. Just lower the price, weed them out, get them out of your hair, stop wasting time and energy on those, and work on the winners, work on refining the winners. So for winning on Amazon, the number one thing is we select good markets that we can easily rank in while maintaining the holy grail, which is the third leg, profitability. It's a funny story, Seth. When you and I first got started, I was already selling on Amazon. I'd done about $250,000 in sales that quarter of 2013, I think it was. And you were looking at all the numbers and being, an anal analytical person that you are, God bless you. You said, okay, I understand all this, but Shawn, are you making any profits? And what was my answer?
Yeah. So Shawn, after doing nearly $300,000 in sales in 90 days, I said, "Great. How much profit did you make?" He goes, "I have no idea."
if I even made profit. That's funny. So profits, we then pour back into selecting more products to rank, and then it becomes self-reinforcing, like this little diagram of the flywheel. Selection, rank, profit, throw it back into selection, and the product this system just self-perpetuates. And Seth loves talking about this. So most people you will find will launch their product and then basically sit back and relax and hope that some magic elf comes out and the product gets ranked and everybody wants to buy it and everything's rainbows and leprechauns and pot of gold at the end of the rainbow with the leprechaun, right? Well, the truth is, it doesn't happen that way. This strategy is going to set your business apart from 99% of everyone else that you're seeing out there if you use it correctly and if you do it quickly. Okay? This is Seth's main secret. You should be doing what, Seth?
You should definitely be launching continuously. And, this is going to be easier on you once you get the testing down, where you understand how to pick a good product. And it's going to be very clear once you've done this a couple times. So what we're trying to do, like Shawn said, if you remember the first graph that I showed you, or the first chart of our sales, and that's why I showed it to you, as the ASINs stacked up, we took the profit from the sales and we dumped it back into selecting more products. And you saw us go from $35,000 a month to $600,000 a month in 12 months. And that's with this flywheel approach. And if you can do this, yeah, there you go, Shawn. Get the graphic to pull up there.
I'm working on it, buddy. There you go.
Yeah, so I was tracking the ASINs and I figured out that's why 2015 we added 350 products, because we figured out that by taking the profit and putting it into selecting more products, you can see as our ASIN total grew, our sales exploded. So from 35, what is that, Shawn, to 600,000, 20 times our sales volume in under 12 months. Pretty impressive, but it's just because of this effect of that flywheel. So nothing we did special other than execute the plan. So to create one of these for yourself and make it self-reinforcing and work even better, you can use an email list of real emails with your buyers with an automatic email sequence, driving your traffic back through your listings to self-reinforce your own ranking. So there are other ways to do this, but this is going to be the cheapest. Like, you can buy tons and tons of ads, but every time you do that, you're spending money, wasting your profit. So here is a strategy that we use on all of our products. It is a product sticker. So imagine you get one of our products in the mail from Amazon. What's the first thing you have to do to even use our product? Well, you have to tear off this stop sign sticker that's in your way of using it at all. So it says stop, do this before you use it, right? So we're going to show you an example of that. But you can also use product inserts, which some of you are probably doing. But if you've never tested the language on your insert, that's really, really important. I've talked to dozens of people who have product inserts but don't have an email list. And I said, what does your insert say? Well, it says register your warranty. Well, why would I want to register my warranty? When do I have to register my warranty by? There's all kinds of tricks to getting people to act. You can also create an email list by creating YouTube, Facebook, Google ads, all of these things to drive traffic through an email capture funnel. You can set up pop-ups on your website.
Excuse me. So we're going to get into an example of the actual sticker that we're using still today. And coming up is your very first bonus, since we're at the halfway mark. Actually, we're a little past the halfway mark. I'm going to give you an editable copy of this product insert along with a couple of really amazing training videos and some SOPs to show you how to do some pretty awesome stuff. So tell us what we're looking at here, Seth.
Yeah, so guys, this is what I was saying. So imagine you open up the product or the package, you can see the product and this sticker is on it and it says, do not use this product before seeing the instructions at, bam, URL. If you don't see the instructions, you could cause yourself physical harm, or you could void the warranty, or pick a reason, but make sure you give them a reason not to ignore your sticker. Don't be passive with this part of your marketing. This has to be aggressive, right, Shawn?
I like the way you said that. You have to give people a real good reason to act when? Right now. Procrastination is going to kill this every single time. So today's your lucky day, or one of your lucky days. We're going to talk about bonus number one here in just a second. What you're looking at is a screenshot from a website that I'm going to show you. There's absolutely no catch. You don't have to enter your email address, nothing like that. No turnstile, no jumping through hoops, none of that kind of stuff. But when you go here, you're going to see tons of SOPs that we prepared for you, as well as links to Trello boards and an editable copy of that stop sign sticker using Canva, where you can just go in, basically change the language, make it yours. This would be a good time to use the little screenshot button within the GoToWebinar software. It looks like a camera at the top of your screen where it says everyone, webcam, zoom, and screenshot. Click that button, it'll screenshot this URL and it'll save it wherever your screenshots are stored on your computer. All right.
Shawn, I just want to brag on that stop sign strategy a little bit more so people take it seriously. So Sam and Michelle are clients of ours. They're Quick, Fast, Hurry members. And one of the first things we did with them was we looked at the product insert. They're like, I don't understand why I'm only getting 2 to 3 signups per day. And so we redesigned it with the stop sign sticker and made it very aggressive. Why would they want to act? We figured that out. How can we get them to act now? And before long, they were collecting, at the beginning, 2 to 3 a day. And then after the stop sign sticker, they were collecting more than 90 emails per day. And we did that in about 60 days. So it really can work, guys. So Take advantage of this.
I can see that 25 of you right now are on that website getting those SOPs. Good for you. Way to act. The entire wide versus deep training series is in that exact same landing page, 100% free, no turnstile, no jumping through hoops. Go get it right now. 26. I want to see 30 before I move on. Go ahead. quickfasthurry.com/wide-SOPs. And for those of you that are putting www in there, it doesn't work for some reason. So just use quickfasthurry.com/wide-SOPs. We got 27. I need 3 more. 20, 28. 2 more. I want you guys to have these tools. There's 29. All right, 31. We're moving on. Okay, let's talk about the auto follow-up sequencing. Ooh, 40. Go for it.
All right, guys.
They've been using www. You're going to have to get with our webmaster and figure that out.
I'll submit it to technical support. So once you have an email list, and some of you already might have an email list, this is very commonplace that you don't do anything with it. The most powerful asset in our business is our email list, because those are our customers and the way that we can talk to them. So when somebody signs up on your list, you should begin marketing to them right away. And you should do this with an auto campaign. Don't forget this. This is critical. You want to have your campaigns built out before you even worry about getting emails, because if they're not getting any marketing once they sign up, what's the point? So think about this. People are most likely to buy within the first 30 days of making a purchase from you. They are most likely to buy the same product from you again. So if you sold them a pizza cutter, whether you believe it or not, they are very likely to buy another pizza cutter. Some people say, well, I only have this one product. Why should I email them? They already have that product. Well, for whatever reason, people are hoarders, collectors. They want to give it as a gift. It doesn't matter. They will buy more from you, I promise.
The easiest thing in the world to sell someone, believe it or not, folks, is more of what they already bought. And it doesn't have to make sense. It just has to make money. So don't worry about it. Just do it.
Yes. So make sure you set up an email to go out in your auto campaign at least every third or fourth day. Don't think that's too much. That might even be too few. Don't be afraid to get aggressive. Offer additional units of what they already purchased, like we said, giving them a coupon, giving them a complimentary product, or other cool stuff. But don't be afraid to email them. You are building a relationship with them. They already like you. They trust you. They've got your product in their hand. Give them a reason to further that relationship.
Love it. So how about when we're promoting our products to these sites? Tell us about the sites.
Okay, so another way to create a lot of sales really quickly on Amazon is to use deal sites. So we told you how to build an email list, and we told you what to do with it. We're going to get into all kinds of those details at the live event of exactly the step-by-step processes that you can do in your business. But now we're just going to give some high-level concepts. So imagine that you submit your product to a deal site and you can sell 20,000 units in a day. That's happened to us. I mean, this is very, very powerful, right? So when you go to do a promotion to these sites, all you're going to do is set up a group promotion code, which means that anyone can use it an unlimited number of times. So just make sure that your deal that you set up with your code is at least break even. Ideally, it would be profitable, or you want to reserve your inventory if you're doing it for rank, and make sure that you know how to do that so you don't blow through all of your inventory. Shawn and I have an interesting story where an employee set all of our inventory to 99% off. And so we lost about $90,000 in a day one time on one of our accounts. So that's a big mistake. You want to avoid that. So make sure you reserve your inventory. We've sold more than 5,000 units in a day on Slick Deals and more than 20,000 units a day on Groupon and Living Social. So these things
some other sites.
Super powerful. Here's some other sites, guys. Here's a great time to hit that screenshot button. These are sites that we have run deals on in the past, and some of them have worked better than others, but try them all. You never know which product's going to resonate with each market. So we have a couple questions here, Shawn.
Let's get to Paul's at the end.
You want to get the questions at the end?
Let's do Paul's question at the end. So
okay.
Would you also apply this approach with, say, 5 products with a supplier you already have a good relationship with on each existing successful product, or do you run the risk of damaging the relationship? If, say, all 5 products don't work and they feel you wasted your time? No, I think what you have to do in that scenario, especially if you're working in China, is just give the supplier an overall view of the vision you have for your product and your company. Show them what you've done in the past and say, look, with your help, if you can support me on this wide versus deep concept, here's where we're at now. I think we can go here if I can just get your help. I know that it's a headache. I understand that it costs more money. I know that it's not profitable for you, but you and I are working together and we're trying to achieve this goal together. I think we have a better opportunity to do that. And you know that I'm loyal. So if this product takes off, I'll buy it from you. Believe me. And you'll see that these Chinese, especially suppliers, will bend over backwards to help you in any means necessary to get your business advanced. Because at the end of the day, they're like you and I. All they want to do is sell more products. And if you can help them do that, then everybody wins. All right. Now let's talk about the good keyword rank. Oh, I'm sorry. I got a question here from Charles. Would like a copy of the SOP, please. So all you have to do, Charles, is go to quickfasthurry.com/wide, WIDE, hyphen SOPS. quickfasthurry.com/wide-SOPs, and you'll have it all there. All right, so good keyword rank equals what? Sales, right? So let's talk about it. When someone types in a keyword in Amazon and they're searching for your pizza cutter, whatever your widget, the listings that show up are in a particular order, right? Amazon ranks these listings. This is called what? Your keyword ranking. So if you type pizza cutter and you're the very first listing on the page, then guess what? Congratulations, you're ranked number 1 for keyword pizza cutter. So why does keyword ranking matter? The closer you can rank to the top of page 1, the better. Why? Because you and me are just like all the other consumers. How many times do you search in Google and you go to page 2? Almost never, right? How many times do you search for a product on Amazon when you're trying to scratch that itch right now and you scroll past page 1? Hardly ever, right? You may sort by price or what have you, but customers tend not to scroll down the page very far when making purchases. And we're all the same, right? So when you're fishing, you have to think like a fish. Don't think like a fisherman. So think like a consumer in this case. And, you're going to make sales on page 2 or page 3 occasionally, but you're not even going to scratch the surface. So let's not even go there. This means that if you're selling pizza cutters and someone types in pizza cutter and the product they're most likely to buy is what? The very first product that's shown, especially if it has a bestseller badge or Amazon's choice badge or something like that. This coming from an avid Amazon shopper. I hardly ever leave the house. In fact, I'm wearing pajamas underneath this t-shirt. If I didn't have to take my kids to school, I would live here full time because our groceries and everything else is delivered. You don't know how often I buy something on Amazon. I just go ahead and take Amazon's choice because I'm just too lazy to do the shopping. Hey, if Amazon likes it, I like it. Boom, I'll take it. Because why? We're spoiled. We know if we don't like it, all we have to do is cry foul, blow the whistle, right? Here comes the UPS man. The product goes away, the money comes back. It's pretty awesome, right? Amazon influences the rank. So Amazon's algorithm will automatically adjust keyword rank for products on their site. Why? Because they want more money. They get more dollars per click. Amazon's trying to correctly position those product listings so that the items customers want show up where? On top, first, right? Walk us through this scenario, Seth.
Yeah, so Shawn, that's just an example of, you can see that we search for pizza cutter. What is the first position? If you don't really understand this, that means that the first position past the sponsored ad. So if you saw on the last screen, the first row was sponsored, means people are paying to be there, but this person is the number 1 pizza cutter to Amazon because, like Shawn said, it's all about the money. Amazon is trying to maximize the sales dollars coming in per keyword position. So Amazon believes that they're going to make more money when this listing is in the first position. So that's why Amazon moves the listings around, because they're trying to order them in the order that makes them the most money. Next slide there, Shawn. So how does Amazon decide what order to put the listings in? And this is really important. They decide it by how many sales are coming through a particular listing, and of those sales, how many people had to go to the site or to go to your listing before that number of sales was reached, or your conversion. So if our example is people type in pizza cutter and purchase your product instead of your competitors, and when customers view your listing, they were more likely to buy your product over anybody else's, which is a better conversion rate, then you're virtually guaranteed to be in the number 1 position. Hopefully that makes sense to you. So this is really, really, really important, especially in an Amazon business. You have to show up in the search results. If every single one of your sales comes from sponsored listings, it's going to be really hard to make any money because you have to pay so much just to appear in front of a customer. So let's keep it simple. Let's identify the most important keywords for our pizza cutter that we want to show up for so we can generate sales on Amazon. So if you just did a search on merchant words, it's a quick, easy to use, very simple actually, keyword tool. I just search for pizza cutter, and you can see I picked 3 keywords that I thought were relevant to my product: pizza cutter, a pizza cutter, and round pizza cutter. Pick 3. I'm going to make sure they're on my product page, and I'm going to make sure that they're in the back end in the keyword section, the search terms box. That's pretty important. And also, here's a little hack for you guys. If you include your keyword as part of your brand name, that's also indexed pretty heavily right now in Amazon. Okay, so we're going to start tracking those keywords to see where we show up. So if I'm tracking pizza cutter, a pizza cutter, and round pizza cutter, I'm going to put those into a software to track them for me manually or automatically, like Manage by Stats. Or if I don't have a software yet, I can just track them manually. So, and all you do to see where you rank is type it in, just like we showed you. Type in pizza cutter and see where you are. Count the positions. Okay, I'm position number 1. I don't need to do any work. But if you're on page 5, note that you're on page 5 and track that, okay? Because the idea is we're going to influence this. That's the whole point. So like I said, there's all kinds of tracking softwares. We use Manage by Stats. I recommend you guys use Manage by Stats. Let's see here. Yeah, here's an interesting note. Your rank on mobile and your rank on desktop is different. And that's just Amazon trying to maximize both channels, right? So if they notice that your product sells more on mobile than your competitors, they'll move you up faster than if it didn't do so well on desktop. Okay, so how do you make your listing move so you can get more sales?
This is where your question gets answered, Paul. So pay attention, Paul, about your supplement product that you questioned. So go ahead, Seth.
Yep. So all we're going to do is influence what we talked about. We know Amazon tracks to reposition the listings. We're going to influence our sales velocity, which means we're going to send people to buy our product, and we're going to influence our conversion, which means that we are going to send people to our listing that are highly likely to buy our product. So, Shawn, I don't know if you want to explain what a conversion rate is.
So a conversion rate is a percentage of people who actually purchase the product after viewing it. So the worst thing you can do to your Amazon listing, if you're decently ranked, is send a ton of traffic to the listing that doesn't purchase. Because remember, Amazon has this little calculator. The algorithm says, how many dollars do we get per click? And these guys are as fierce as these Las Vegas pit bosses. I mean, they have us pinned. They probably know exactly how much money I've spent on both of my Amazon accounts since day one when I started buying there, probably 7 or 8 years ago, to the penny. And they're going to show me the product that I'm most likely to purchase because, look, it's not a charity, even though they don't make a profit on paper, right? They're in it for the money, folks. They want to sell products. And if you can help them to that end, then they will reward you for it. So conversions matter. That means if Seth sends 10 customers to his pizza cutter page and only 1 person buys, I send 10 customers to my pizza cutter page and 2 people buy, guess what? Even if my product's more expensive, it doesn't matter. I'm twice as good on conversions as Seth, right? Does that make sense, Seth?
Exactly, Shawn. Thanks for walking through that. That's really important, guys. A lot of you, most likely, just to give you another quick tip, are spending too much money on sponsored ads on keywords that aren't converting. So you're sending Amazon's paid traffic to your listing to actually hurt your organic rank and then hurt your profitability later on. So then you have to buy more ads. So then you have to give more of your money to Amazon. So that's a real big problem. So you need to figure out a way to change that. So what we're going to do is influence our organic rank so we can make profitable sales. And so all we're going to do is incentivize customers to come and buy our product when they come and visit our listing. So we're going to increase our sales velocity and our conversion at the same time. So how can we incentivize our customers to do that? Well, we can give them a discount like what used to work really well. People would discount their product by 99%, and a flood of customers would come in. Amazon would say, oh, this is great. A ton of people want this product. Boom, they moved it up. But now Amazon got smart and says, okay, well, a 99% off coupon doesn't really mean that they're real customers. So they don't treat those the same. So now we have to be a little, change our marketing a little bit, right? So we have to reward them a different way. Here's something just to think about. You should all have a customer list that you can tap into because you have Managed by Stats. You can download email appends.
Hey, if that's for me, tell them I'm busy.
It is for you, Shawn. You can download email appends straight from Amazon straight from Managed by Stats that are your real emails of your real customer that you got on Amazon. So if you don't have a list, boom, you have one straight from Managed by Stats. So all you need to do is start sending those people back to your listing for the keywords that are important to you so you can start ranking your product. So the best way to do that, like we just showed you, how do customers search on Amazon? Well, they go to Amazon, they type in what they're looking for, and they find it and they buy it. That's called search, find, buy. So if you can train your customers to do that process, that is the best way. So that's how we're going to influence our rank. We are going to show Amazon by using people in our corner, our customers. We're going to send them out to Amazon to go through the search and buy our product. Now, that shows Amazon that we're really relevant, and they're going to move our listing up in the ranks.
But wait, there's more.
Yeah, so if your customers, that process is a pain, but we have trained our customers to do that. Now, if you want an easier way, there is an alternative. You guys have likely heard of super URLs. We have a specific one that we like to use called a dynamic super URL. So I'm going to show you how to make that real quick.
What's it going to do for me?
This will, let's see here, Shawn. What will it do for you? It'll make your, go ahead.
It'll make it appear to Amazon that the customer actually searched for your keyword pizza cutter and then scrolled all the way to page 12 and clicked on your product. Okay. So how do we create a dynamic super URL? You can create it by searching your keyword in Amazon and then sorting by your brand name on the left-hand side, just like the picture here shows you. And then once you find your brand name, Seth, what do we do?
So all you do is sort it by your brand name, like Shawn said, and then right there will be your listing only with your keyword, and that's the link that you want to send to your customers. That will pre-sort it so Amazon recognizes which keyword that it looks like the customer searched for.
So remember, if you filter by your brand name, OXO Pizza Cutter, then this is going to create a page that already has a search term embedded into the URL of your product, right? This is perfect because Amazon says, hey, look, this person searched and found what they were looking for. If you just copy the URL from the top of the page, you can forward it along with your customer's email. But how do we amplify this strategy? If you're incentivizing the customer to purchase your products, right, then you might have to offer them a tiny little discount in the form of a discount code. But remember, listen, this is a mistake a lot of people make. Anything more than a 40% discount dramatically hurts the effectiveness of your ranking campaign, especially if you're using this exact strategy. So if you want to amplify this ranking effect, here's where you want to pay attention. Are you guys ready? All right. Unless you hate money, this next segment right here is going to be your favorite part of the evening. All right, Seth, take it away.
So guys, like Shawn said, this will make ranking your product about 10 times easier than what you're used to. If you use full price purchases on Amazon, you can literally push your product straight to page 1 for almost any keyword. So, Shawn and I were sitting around the office one day talking about how do we incentivize customers to act. And I remember, Shawn, you kind of came up with this, and this was when we were using coupon codes, like, oh, just give it to them for free. Okay. And then it kind of morphed into, well, if KitchenAid and Sony can give rebates, you open up your KitchenAid mixer and you have a card in there that says, hey, submit your rebate here. Boom, you get $20 back on your $200 purchase. We said, okay, what if instead of a $20 rebate, we gave them all their money back? That's talk about incentivization, right? So that's what we do. We give them a rebate for buying our product. And from side-by-side testing from us and from all of our members, this strategy literally is 10 times more effective than a high discount coupon launch right now. So that means that we've literally tested this, a 99% off 50 unit a day giveaway is less effective than my 5-unit a day giveaway at full price. So that's
Let me
how
just
big of a difference.
interject there just for a second, in case you missed that, because there are a few of you, about 12 of you, that the software tells me you're not focused, you're not paying attention. Listen, Seth said you can give 50 units away every single day for free or 99% off, and he will give away 5 rebates to full price purchases, and he will beat you 10 times every single time. And you're talking to someone who knows this stuff in and out, dozens, hundreds of product launches, not only for us, thousands if you include all the clients that we work with worldwide. We have a lot of data, folks. This is a game changer. Let's talk about some results, Seth. So the results from combining the super URL, right, with search, find, buy, full price purchase have been nothing short of staggering. We've taken products literally from zero to hero in a matter of days, not months. We're not talking about let's give away 50 a day, 60 a day, 70 a day, 100 a day, buy your ranking. We're talking about moving the needle massively with very, very little effort and very little money. This is done by capturing 5 full price rebate purchases per day for 1 week. So how many is that? 5 times 7 is 35, right? 35 units, and look what it did to the ranking. Seth, explain what we're looking at.
So guys, this is another software that we used to use. Now we use Manage My Stats, but this rank that we're showing you right here, with the full price purchasing, it's showing you that we went from page 9 to rank 1, position 1 on page 1 in that time frame. So that is phenomenal when you consider how competitive this market is. And then you can see more examples of keywords going to rank 1 on page 1, some keywords instantaneously with this strategy. Other keywords, they drift up over time, bam, page 1, rank 1. This is how you can generate massive profit in your business and how you can grow a successful Amazon business. And that is the kind of the second leg of the flywheel here. Shawn, go ahead.
You know what we're talking about here, folks, if you have $1,000 a month business, we're talking about making that a $10,000 a month business. If you have a $10,000 a month business, we're talking about making that a $100,000 a month business. If you're lucky enough to be an amazing entrepreneur and have a $100,000 per month Amazon business, you can literally take that to $1 million per month if you haven't already done a ranking strategy like this. Get it done. What would you rather do? Give away 35 products to your closest friends and relatives, or give away 2,000 products to people that don't know you and don't care about you and barely move the needle? And then all their reviews get taken down because Amazon smells a fish. They know it's fake. If it looks fake, it smells fake, it feels fake, it's probably fake, right? Well, guess what? If your brother, your sister, your coworker, whatever, your long lost cousin, your crazy aunt with all the cats, or your silly Uncle Phil, Jepson, are you on there? Drop his name. If they buy your product, they're going to search Pizza Cutter. They're going to scroll to page 12 like you told them to. They're going to purchase it at full price. They're going to keep it, and you're going to refund their money outside of the Amazon platform, folks. Amazon and Jeff Bezos and the whole entire crew in the Pacific Northwest, God bless them, they won't know the difference. All they know is that some poor schlep in Oklahoma searched for a pizza cutter, found your product relevant, purchased your product at full price, and then left a doggone 5-star review a week after they received it. Oh, that's the holy grail, Seth. Sorry, I'm getting carried away. Let's talk about
high energy tonight, Shawn.
All right, I am hyper. Let's do a couple questions, and I'm going to give you another bonus.
Okay,
right.
Cool. So, Leonard, geez, wow. Sorry, Leonardo. What's the method for getting customers to do the full price rebates? Leonard, that's one of the things that we are going to go over in detail at our live event. We have an entire funnel process with a messaging sequence that takes somebody from stranger If you don't have 35 friends, like Shawn says, if you need friends, well, Facebook has billions of them, right? So we can go out to Facebook and take a stranger and walk them through a methodical messenger process, throw them out into a funnel that then pulls them with a lot of trust in us, sends them off to Amazon to buy at full price. We've done it hundreds and hundreds of times. We've got thousands and thousands of rebate customers now that are trained by this system, and we're going to show you exactly how to do that.
And we're going to show you exactly how you can build your list yourself. All right. Obviously, we can't spend another hour talking about the exact strategy. You get the overall picture, right? You're smart. You guys are intelligent enough to make it to a webinar and absorb the content. Join us in Tampa in January. No cost to you. We're footing the bill, folks, and we'll give you that entire process. You can generate your own list. It's not going to cost you anything. I'm not going to ask you to pay for it. Just show up. That's all. All right. Let's talk about bonus number 2. The reason why I want to do this, Seth, before we get into our last segment, is because, folks, I have been covered up. I've been absolutely obsessed, almost possessed by doing video marketing. Okay. Did you know, besides Facebook and InstaFace and Snapgram and all those crazy places, YouTube, our friend that's been around since 2002 or something like that, Seth, sold to Google for 1.6 billion. Gosh, I wish I had came up with that idea. Did you know that YouTube alone reaches more people in the US age 19 to 49 than any cable or broadcast network, bar none, coast to coast? Did you know that, Seth?
I didn't know that.
Did you know it's not only my children that are probably streaming as I speak, all 5 of them, but the average YouTube viewer session lasts over 40 minutes? Folks, you have to be using video in your marketing. All right. This is coming from old school postcard, mailer, sales letter, postage stamps, newspaper ads, flyers hanging on the door, handbills on the street by hobos. I'm telling you, I'm old school. I've done it all. Video marketing in the digital world is by far the most effective way to do this. I'm going to show you a quick hack how you can become a video marketing maven by creating your own awesome, engaging videos for free. Everyone loves that 4-letter F word, don't they? Free, using this software called Lumen 5. If you'll just simply go to lumen5.com, nothing in it for me, but just helping you all out in the spirit of giving, because I'm such an awesome guy. I'm such a prince, aren't I? I love me some me. Is that what T.O. used to say? All right. So if you go to lumen5.com, find any blog post on the internet that's relevant to your product, paste it in the box like this. I went to my friend Google, how to create a keynote, right? I took this URL code at the bottom, I threw it in the box, right? I chose the only free format, which is a landscape video, which is the only video you need for YouTube. Choose the freebie. We like free, right? 4-letter F words, which I don't even swear, so it's even more funny coming out of my mouth. 4-letter F word. All right, choose your theme. It is this simple. All right, and look what happens. Lumen 5 automatically imports this blog post, this article, whatever it is, and it starts laying out the different slides to your video automatically. See how it says how to create basic keynote presentation? Well, where did it come from? It came from the headline, how to create a basic keynote presentation. You didn't have to do anything. You just type the URL or type or paste the URL, and the software automatically extracts it line by line and creates a moving picture show, is what my grandma used to call it. You guys want to see a picture show? When I was a kid, it was Picture Pages by Bill Cosby. You can't even say Bill Cosby's name in mixed company anymore. People start puking, right? So here we go. Choose the type of media. All right. I want videos or whatever, still shots. And search the keyword. I want somebody speaking. All right. Click the photo that you want, drag it to the storyboard, and then edit the text and position. It's that simple. Do this over and over for each one of these highlighted areas that you want to include in your video. Choose music if you like. All right, just pick the free music. This doesn't cost you a penny, guys. Choose your speed. In this case, I use normal, so I get a 14-second video, which is good for YouTube marketing. All right, upload a logo if you want. Of course, I use quick, fast, hurry. And then you click preview and then finish to render the video. Here's an example of videos that I created using this exact strategy. Can you hear that music? Should I turn it on?
I can hear it.
It annoys me. Can you dance? I can't.
I can't either. I'm white.
All right, so there's a good video. All right, here's one that I created for Amazon sellers. Amazon FBA product selection made easy. Wonder who wrote that. Sales volume, bestseller rank minus or less than 1,000. Price range $15 to $60. This is a simple video that I created for free in just a couple of seconds, literally, to show people how easy it is to do product selection for Amazon FBA. Why? Because I'm marketing a info product using YouTube ads for this exact scenario. And you can too, not only for info products, but obviously for your physical product. So let's say, for example, you sell a product that, wait a minute, where's he at? Who was it that had a nutraceutical product, Seth?
Paul.
Somebody on who was it? Paul? What does your product do? While Paul's answering that, let's say you sell a bed pillow, because we used to sell bed pillows, and you want to create a video campaign, a video promotion that tells people how to get better sleep. So what you'll do is you'll search for blogs that are how to get a better night's sleep. You create the entire video step by step, just like I showed you how to get a better night's sleep. And then you finish the video with an offer to your product and a link to your product on Amazon. You don't have to hire a whole gang, a whole room full of artists or freelancers using that tool I just showed you. All right. Paul wants to know, will this lesson be archived? Yeah, you got a little catching up to do there, Paul. All right, so forget about it. You got it, right? Let's do some questions, and I'm going to give you guys an invitation to our live event. So, okay, Sethiago. That's what I thought. I like that. Great comeback, Leonardo. All right. So if I understand this, you only give 5 people the full rebate, or do you offer that full rebate to everyone and wait for 5 of them to actually pay full price? Just a little confused about that. Sounds like a killer strategy. Want to be sure I do it. Thanks, from Christina. Go ahead and clarify, Seth.
So, Christina, you're trying to get 5 people per day to do it for a week, right? So what you would want to see is that somebody actually went out there and purchased it, submitted to you their order ID, so then you can say, okay, you actually did buy the product, and then you would process their rebate, knowing that they actually purchased it from you. So hopefully that helps.
Okay, so Michael wants me to type the URL. For some reason, I can't type, Seth. I don't know why. My keyboard's dead or something.
I already sent it out to everybody, Shawn.
All right, thank you. So Lumen 5. Okay, been using Lumen 5 for a while. Great software. I also have my own software that does the same thing. Good job, Leonardo. 15-second vid is minimum required by Instagram, not YouTube. Will this lesson be archived? You guys will all get an email follow-up with a link to the recording. Thanks so much. You're welcome. What do you do with the videos you create? What I do is a number of things. I upload them to Facebook, Instagram. I use them for Snapchat videos, YouTube. I use them for product landing pages. I use them for email follow-up sequences, lots of things. The fact is, Michael, you probably, unless you were trained in this formally, you probably can't go create a compelling product promotional video, right? Or if you did, it might take you all day and a couple of weeks to learn the software. What I'm simply giving you there is a shortcut to the process of getting the end result. Okay? Don't overthink it. All right. Would you consider the daily giveaway numbers from Helium 10 good to use as a baseline for this strategy, but divide by 10 since they are full price sales to Amazon, or are their numbers low or high to begin with, Seth?
So Helium 10 is just giving you a figure based on the volume per keyword, but what you have to think about is there are so many variables that affect the way you launch a product. For instance, when you have a brand new listing, within the first month, it responds much, much easier to your marketing efforts because Amazon doesn't know where to put your product. So if you have a brand new listing, Amazon doesn't know how much demand is out there for your product. So they give you the benefit of the doubt. So if you launch a new product and you show them with full price purchases that people want it, they will move it to page one rather rapidly. But if you've been sitting there not selling very much for 6 months or a year, and you have tons of negative history, Amazon knows nobody really wants your products or wants your product, then you're going to have to give away more units. So what I would say, and what I typically do for our products, is 5 units a day for 10 days. And I will see where that keyword is positioned at that point. And once that day 10 is there, if I'm not where I want to be, I will then adjust my volume up a little bit, maybe 7 units a day for an additional 5 days. And I will just get more aggressive progressively. I don't want to give away more than I have to because that makes me less profitable. So Helium 10 might say, I need to give away 100 a day. You divide it by 10, you get 10. I'm saying start with 5 because you sometimes that's all you need, especially if your listing is new. There's another question here. Go ahead, Shawn.
Waldo says, how do you communicate with the client for rebate about the rebate if written communication goes through Amazon? We already talked about that, Waldo. You want to create your own email list of real emails. Everything is facilitated through PayPal or some other pay service outside of the Amazon platform. That's what makes it okay. All right. Sagita, sorry, butchered that one, but still don't understand the rebates work. We'll circle back to that later. Justin wants to know, what if after we process the rebate to the customer and then the same customer returns the product to Amazon and asks for a full refund?
So Justin, that's part of our funnel and part of our messaging sequence. We build that trust, but we also let them know that we're honest and we expect them to be as well. So we will actually have a VA go out there and check the order IDs at day 31 to see if they processed the refund. And if they did, they will be permanently removed from the list forever. And we let them know that. So you just have to be honest and then let them know that they're expected to be honest as well.
You're always going to find a few bad apples that are going to scam you, but that's just life. It's going to happen anyway, either on or off of Amazon. So don't worry about those few. Just stay focused on the goal ahead. Don't worry about the obstacles at your feet, and just keep moving forward. I love Leonardo. He says, can we just skip the Q&A and get straight to the offer?
Leonardo.
Leonard, I know, I'm just having fun. So we only have 3 more questions. That'll be it. So do you usually include the info for the rebates in an insert? Absolutely not. How would you give the customers the details about the rebate, Seth?
So once you capture their email, like the stop sign sticker, for instance, if it says, do not use this product without seeing these instructional videos, then when they come to the video page, they put their email in, and that's when we can open up communication. Another way would be, like I told you, the funnel process, the messenger process through Facebook. You're trying to talk to them in what makes sense. If they get a product, and now the insert says something about a rebate, they're going to be like, what is this? So you're trying to make it make sense. Hopefully, I don't know if that makes any sense to you, Shawn.
It does. There's been a couple of people bring it up that rebate is against Amazon terms of service. It is if you're using it to manipulate your rank or your product reviews. But a lot of name brand, high-end, household name products out there right now today being sold on Amazon come with a built-in rebate mail-in coupon. We are not refunding the product. We're not giving them a free product. We're simply giving them a rebate. And it's how you structure the language of the rebate that gets it around terms of service. Remember, Amazon doesn't even know about this unless they purchase your product, and then you send them a rebate, and you still haven't done anything wrong. And we do have a couple of ways to get around that as well that we'll talk about at the live event, using like review units and things like that. So thanks. Are you looking to get 5 full price per day to get your ranking up and get reviews? On average, how many buyers usually pay full price? I think we've answered all that. And Sagita, we'll circle back after the offer. Leonardo/Leonard wants to see what we got to offer. So what we're talking about, folks, tonight is, did my drum roll pick up in the mic?
Not too good, but that's okay. We knew it was there.
All right. The Quick, Fast, Hurry Island Mastermind. Now, what you're looking at right now is a photo from our very first annual Island Mastermind. I think Seth, see, he's a little bit shorter and a little bit less handsome than I am there, but we were at a private island right out behind my house here in beautiful sunny South Florida and having a great time. And basically, we do this every single year for our Insider Roundtable members. This is our paid client membership site where we do training specific to e-commerce sellers, SOPs, and the whole like. But this year, we're opening this up to outsiders through a very special offer. Here's a couple of photos from Masterminds. This is a drone shot that I think this was from last November, right? About a year ago, we did our mastermind here. And basically, we had floating tiki bar out there. Had a bunch of fun. There's one of my boats in the foreground, and then everyone's hanging out on the beach, getting some food, drinking a little rum, some beer. There's a drone shot of the group. You might recognize a few folks in there. And let's see. Yep, Seth is still trying to back me up there. Thanks, Seth. So here's what we have. The live event we're talking about is going to be Thursday, January 17th. It's supposed to be 2019. Why didn't you catch that, Seth? Don't screenshot this. It's in Tampa, Thursday, January 17th, 2019. All right. A value of $3,997. I know you've paid more for events, a lot more. We've sold events similar to this for $6,000, $7,000, $8,000, $10,000 for Cabo. But thanks to Managed by Stats, you get a very, very special invite. This is absolutely no cost to you. Now, why do I say that? Because if I tell you, hey, this event's free, right? You're going to say, oh, it's worthless. This event is not free. There are going to be dozens of people there who paid tens of thousands of dollars to get the invite. But if we sell this on the open market, it's $3,997 for one day. But it gets better thanks to our buddy, Mr. Phil Jepson. You guys know this gentleman and his esteemed company, Managed by Stats. We are extending you, every single one of you on the call tonight, absolutely no cost to you, invite to the live event. And we're going to go over what's going to cover there in just a second. So first of all, why do I want to do a live event? Real quick, let's talk about knowledge versus wisdom. So knowledge is like being aware of something or having information, right? That's what you'd call knowledge. It's really just about facts or ideas that we acquire through study or research, investigation, or our own personal observations. Wisdom, on the other hand, is the ability to discern or judge which aspects of that knowledge are true, right, lasting, and applicable to your life, or in this case, your business. So exposing yourself to training, just like you did tonight, is a very easy way to gain knowledge, right? But knowledge is not so much power. Knowledge is potential power, right, Seth? It's what you do with it that matters. You must also have experience or borrow someone else's experience to gain the wisdom to put that knowledge to work. Wisdom, in a sense, then we'll say, is what you can do or accomplish with the knowledge that you have. Here's an example. Is a tomato a fruit or a vegetable? Who wants to answer? Fruit or vegetable in the answer box? Everyone's talking about coming to the live event. It's a fruit. You're right. Paul, moved to the head of the class. So, tomato is a fruit. This is knowledge. Knowledge is knowing that tomato is a fruit, but wisdom is knowing not to put that tomato into a fruit salad. Does that make sense? I love that. So you need to take the opportunity when you can to network with others like Seth and I in your industry. You need to be able to gain experience while simultaneously avoiding the mistakes that other people have already made. Live events, folks, are an excellent opportunity to do both of these. We encourage you to join us in January in Tampa and to apply your knowledge and gain wisdom in our respective industries. Here's a couple of things you're going to learn at the live event. Number one, how to dramatically increase your Amazon sales. Now, who doesn't want more sales, right? We're going to be sharing a strategy that can literally double your business. Yes, I said double, 100% increase in under 30 days. Seriously, unless you're like Brad, who's also on the call tonight. He's already used this strategy and he knows that it works. This strategy is worth $4,000. Sell a whole lot more using sales funnels and YouTube. I'm going to teach you how I went from zero to $1 million in one single month with one funnel, a value of $2,500. We're also going to go over some specific strategies, how to squeeze every little dollar of profit out of every single product that you sell on Amazon. Like Seth says, profit is the most important metric in your business. It's like that KPI, right? That key performance indicator. How much profit do you have in the bank this month? Learn how to optimize for it easily, $2,500 value. You're going to be able to network with high-performing entrepreneurs from around the world. This truly is, folks, a world-class networking event. We will have personal friends there who have done well over $2 million per month with a single product on Amazon and sold their business for 8 figures, right? What's the value of this? Priceless. Finally, understand what it takes to produce profits using Facebook ads. We've invited a very, very popular Facebook marketer to give you a demonstration, a walkthrough of Facebook ad strategy. All right. And he's going to share his absolute best strategies with you. If that was sold easily, $5,000. Learn what actions to take right now to make your business easy to sell later. We're actually going to have Amazon business for sale brokers in the room. Is that confirmed, Seth?
Yes.
Yes. We've invited one of the top online business brokers to share exactly what you should be doing to maximize your business value. Unless you hate money, be there. Learn what you need to do to get your business ready to sell. Let me promise you, folks, you will never make as much money running your business as you will selling your business to someone who's willing to pay what it's worth. Ever. Right or wrong. Start launching profitably. Instead of traditional giveaways like we talked about, use a very unique method that we've developed. This, honestly, is our favorite way of launching right now because it cost us nothing to do, and we're going to show you how to do it. We're going to show you how to orchestrate outside buyer traffic to your Amazon listings. This is a great place to use those cool new videos that you all just made. Get more buyers into your Amazon listings from outside the Amazon platform and prove to Amazon's algorithm, also known as the Amazon gods, that your product is in demand. Easily worth another $3,500 alone. Source with your slippers on. Seth insisted that I throw this training in. It's going to be tough to squeeze it all into one day, but we're going to do our best. How to find the best product suppliers in China without making the trip yourself, using a remote translator and Skype for next to free. We're talking like $2 a month. And no, I'm not talking about Alibaba or global sources or any of that crazy stuff. I'm talking about real Chinese factories dying to sell product to you and ship it to Amazon FBA for you. This is the first time ever Quick Fast Hurry live event where we've invited non-Quick Fast Hurry members to join us. This is a cannot miss opportunity for all e-commerce sellers, especially Amazon sellers, for product selection, ranking in sales, maximizing profits, building a business to sell, Facebook ads, sales funnels, networking with multi-million-dollar sellers, high-profile speakers, and much, much more. 100%, folks, no cost to you. Ask me, Shawn, where do I sign up? Here is the caveat. This is going to cost you. This is based on experience, folks. It's going to be a refundable RSVP fee of $50. What does that mean? That means you're going to reserve your seat at the event because it's limited seating. You're going to pay a deposit of $50 to show that you're real and that you're serious about this and that you're going to show up so that we can more easily plan the event and coordinate all the things that we need to do. And then we're going to hand you a $50 bill when you arrive and check in. Here's your money back. We will eat the credit card processing fees. Why? Because just like this webinar, 42% of those of you who registered for it actually showed up. And unfortunately, the truth is it's about the same for a live event, especially true if it doesn't cost you anything. All right. So this is your chance. when you join the live event and you come to the day that we're talking about, January 17th, we're going to give you the opportunity to join our highly acclaimed world-class Insiders Roundtable and an access pass to the now world-renowned Island Mastermind and the private mastermind, which we'll talk about in a second. You can easily fly into TPA, which is Tampa, SRQ, Sarasota, or PIE Airport, or PI, which is Clearwater, St. Petersburg. They're all equally about an hour away from the event, okay? This event is held at the Marriott Tampa Waterside, okay? It's going to start at 8:30 a.m. and ends at 6 or whenever we get done. Probably going to go past that. You have to book your own room, and you have to book your own lunch, and you have to book your own airfare, okay? Your business partner is also welcome, but please, please, folks, a legitimate business partner, okay? The space is limited, so we want to keep those seats open for other amazing sellers who are willing to share what's working in their business with you and me. All right, so here's how you get in. You're going to go, this is what it looks like when you arrive, but you're going to go to quickfasthurry.com/2009. That's quickfasthurry.com/MM2019. Sorry, MM for Mastermind, 2019 for the year. quickfasthurry.com/MM2019. In just a second, I'm going to show you how to claim your free book, Selling on the River. So I want to make sure that link's working. So I'm sitting here watching. Okay, I see you guys are there now signing up. Good job. This is what the form looks like. It's pretty simple. You're going to submit a refundable deposit for $50. If you don't show up, guess what? I keep your $50. All right. So if that's your goal, just know up front, we're going to use it to buy pizza for the group. Okay. Because it does happen. But when you show up at the event, Seth or one of his, what do you call them these days? Minions. You're going to hand you a $50 bill in cash, and you're going to poke in your pocket and go, wow, you guys are legit. You do what you say you're going to do. You mean what you say what you mean. I appreciate the honesty. All right. Go right now, quickfasthurry.com/MM2019 to reserve your seat before it fills up. Here's your bonus. We're going to send you a copy as soon as you register for your free seat at the mastermind. You're automatically going to get emailed a PDF copy of our $197 Amazon book, Selling on the River. Yours, absolutely free. If you print it out, Seth may sign it for you when you get there, but I doubt it. He never learned how to write.
It says, do I have to register twice if I have a business partner coming? Yeah, for every single person that's registering, we're trying to make accommodations. So please, if you are bringing a legitimate business partner, please go through the link twice and put both of your names there so we can plan for you guys.
Exactly. Now, Seth, tell us about the private mastermind real quick, and then I'll put the link back up, or the URL again.
Okay, guys. So on January 17th, this is the day that we walked you through there. Now, on the 17th, we're going to invite you to join the Quick Fast Hurry members only Insiders Roundtable mastermind on the 18th, which is a formal mastermind where top sellers from around the world that are currently Quick Fast Hurry members are going to share their best strategies, tactics, hacks that are working in their business right now. And so we literally rotate the room and say, okay, you from the UK, you from Thailand, you from the US, we're going to share from strategies around the world what is working in people's businesses right now. It's truly amazing to see different people's perspectives. And that's probably my favorite day, is hearing everyone else's approach to this business. And one little tweak, one little insight from somebody's business, if applied to your business, can make all the difference. And that's why I really love that day. And now on the 19th, Shawn, why don't you tell them a little bit about that day?
Okay, on the 19th, that's the Island Mastermind, folks. If you join us at the event, when we invite you, you can take our boat, one of the boats that we've hired, or my boat. We're going to take a cruise. It's about a 40-minute cruise out to a private-owned island out in the middle of nowhere. Sounds scary, right? It's only like 1.4 miles from the mainland, so don't get too freaked out over that. We're going to take you out there to a privately hosted and catered party, live music, good food, networking opportunities, white sandy beaches, warm sunny weather in January in Florida. Man, it's been in the 40s here the last couple of days. You jinxed me, but it'll be back up to 77 tomorrow. I'm excited. So anyway, that's what the 19th is going to entail. So literally 3 days, folks. If I were you, I would make travel plans to arrive on the 16th and depart on the 20th, just in case you decide to join us for the Island Mastermind. Linda says, what are the hours? It's going to be 8:30 a.m. until 6 p.m. or after if we have more content. Let's see. Can I come back to RSV page after I confirm availability? My friend or partner. If the page is still there, Leonard, aka Leonardo, then yes, you can still join. If the page is down, that means the event's full. Okay. So get it done as quick as you can. For those of us who are in Europe, will there be stream of the event? We're not going to stream the event. This is private, a private event where private sellers are sharing their private strategies privately. And this may not have occurred to you, but those planes, they traverse the Atlantic Ocean quite a bit. I've been on a couple myself. So come on over, Kareem. We'll have a lot of fun together. All right. Leo's got it. I'm in Australia. Unfortunately, can't attend. Can I still get a book? You can still get the book. Send an email to support@quickfasthurry.com. Tell Sam to send you the book. More than welcome for it. Do we do live events in Europe? We have not yet, Simon, but I'm not opposed to it. You want to host something at your house, buddy? We'll come do it. You're welcome, Kareem. I'd love to be at the live event, but I'm in Spain. Can't travel to Tampa. You know what? Last time I went to Spain, it was about $700 on Virgin Atlantic. Come on over. We're not charging you anything. There's no admission. So you can afford to spend some money on airfare. If it doesn't fit your budget, I understand. I'm just trying to be smart. All right. I'm about ready to go watch a football game. I want you to explain one more time in simple terminology to Sagita the strategy behind the rebates. High level view. That's it. And then we're going to call it a day. 2 kids on hand. There you go. I have 5, buddy. 2 of them will be with me. So bring yours. They're welcome.
Okay. So the simplest way to think about it is somebody buys your product on Amazon and you give them their money back outside of Amazon. So imagine I had Shawn go and find my product on Amazon, buy it. He says, hey, you owe me $20. And I handed him $20. Or if he's across the country, I could send him a PayPal, right? And so now Shawn has his money back. He has the product still. I gave him the rebate, which is a fancy word for refund. And I got the natural organic ranking on Amazon, which produces me more sales in the future. Hopefully that is clear. Shawn, do you have anything else to add there?
That was crystal clear, buddy. I like the analogy. Hey, neighbor, buy this. I'll give you your money back. You can keep it for free. Everybody wins. Amazon wins. Amazon makes money. You make money. You get ranking. Your neighbor gets a free product. Everybody's happy. No one knows the better. But as soon as one of you go put this in some Facebook group, everyone's going to know about it. We'll all be in trouble. So, Thomas, the best way to get support, go to email support@quickfasthurry.com. Is there a charge to any of the other days? Are totally free. So you will be invited to the island party, right, Seth? But on day 1, if you choose to join our Quick Fast Hurry Insiders Roundtable, we'll have a special offer there for that. Super affordable too. We're not talking thousands of dollars here. We're talking hundreds. But if you're a good fit and you decide to join us, then you will have an official invitation to the private mastermind that Seth just spoke about earlier.
Yeah, guys. So what he's talking about there is the 17th is for non-members. The 18th is only for Quick Fast Hurry members who take this business serious. And like Shawn said, it's going to be a special offer. It's going to be several $100s. It's not going to be crazy in the thousands or anything like that. But what we're going to also explain to you there is all the benefits of becoming a Quick Fast Hurry member and all the support we're going to provide for your business. It's pretty much a no-brainer, but you'll get a full day worth of content, training, strategies on the 17th. And at the end of the 17th, if you decide to take us up on that, then you'll be a full-fledged paid member at the end of the day and come back the next day for the actual insiders only mastermind on the 18th.
And if you twist my arm, we might sneak you in the back door. You just have to grease my palms a little bit like you did your neighbor on the product. Not really. Okay, so yeah, thank you, Christina, for answering all these questions. This is awesome. Christina's like taking support questions, and we don't even know her.
Christina, can we hire you?
Yes, I like it. You can either leave the message or do email support at quickfasthurry.com. I am done for the night, my friend. So I'm going to sign off of this baby. We got to do a little more beatboxing. Boom, chicka, boom,
Still can't do it,
wiki,
Shawn.
wiki, wiki, wiki. I can't do it either. One more time. How do I get your book? Email support at quickfasthurry.com. Say, hey, Sam, Shawn said, give me a book, and he'll email it to you. Pretty simple. She's up for hire. All right, I'll let you guys work that out from there. Thank you. God bless everyone. If I hurt your feelings, it's not because I hate you or I singled you out or I'm biased. It's just part of my personality. I said, God bless you in the Pacific Northwest, and someone said, you're going to upset all the libs up there. Hey, look, I love everybody equally, and I make fun of everybody equally. So we're all in this together. Thank you for joining us tonight. It's been a real pleasure on behalf of myself, Shawn Hart, Quick Fast Hurry, and my partner, Seth Stevens. I'm going to have to call tonight. Signing off. Can't wait to hang out with you guys in Tampa. We'll share a lot more war stories, have a lot of fun. I'll watch you guys drink some beer and take it from there. Seth, say goodnight.
Yeah, thanks everybody for the kind words here. We, like Shawn said, hope to see you in Tampa, and I look forward to it. So thanks for hanging out with us, and I will see you in January.
Good night, guys.